Hello learners, welcome back to your education channel Learn and Educate. In the past few videos we have learned about a few definitions mentioned under section 2 of Income Tax Act 1961. We will continue with that series under that section 2 clause 14 capital asset. Capital asset means any property of any kind held by an assessee whether or not connected with his business or profession. When the assessee holds any property and the point of view is that whether it is connected to the business or not, it does not matter with the profession. B. Any securities held by foreign institutional investors which he has invested in the securities as per the regulations of section as per the regulations of Security and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, when the foreign institutional investors held the securities under the SEBI Act 1992, but then it would be termed as capital asset. But there are few exceptions, exclusions. Capital asset does not include one subclause 1. Any stock in trade other than the security referred to in subclause B. Any stock in trade. One exceptions 1 does not include any stock in trade, but it excludes for the securities referred in subclause B, which says that security held by the foreign institutional investors under SEBI is termed as it will be defined as capital asset, but the stock in trade of securities other than the securities the stock in trade will not be considered as capital assets. Consumable stores or raw materials held for the purpose of business. Consumable stores, raw materials held for the purpose of business or profession would be termed as the raw materials or in the usage in the businesses and not as capital assets. To personal effects, that is to say movable property including wearable apparels and furniture held for personal use by the SEC or any member of his family dependent on him, but excludes the jewelry, archaeological collections, archaeological collections, drawings, paintings, sculptures, and any work of art would not be excluded, and it is not an exclusion to the personal effects. Explanation 1. For the purpose of this subclause, jewelry includes ornaments made up of gold, ornaments made up of silver, platinum, and any other precious metals or alloy containing one or more of such precious metals, whether or not containing any precious or semi-precious stones, and whether or not worked or swell in any wearing apparels, whether they are containing stone or doesn't contain a stone, or whether they are worked or swim into wearing apparels or containing one or more precious stone, but they are made by gold, silver, platinum, will be under the term jewelry. Precious or semi-precious stones, whether or not set in any furniture, utensils, or articles worked into any apparel, wearing apparels, when the precious or semi-precious stones are not whether embedded into the apparels, whether embedded into the wearing ornaments or not, they would be termed in the term jewelry. Explanation 2. For the purpose of this subclause, the expression foreign institutional investors shall mean the meaning assigned to it in clause A to explanation of section 115 AD. Under section 115 AD of the Income Tax Act 1961, the term foreign institutional investor has been defined in the explanation. The expression security shall have the same meaning as assigned to it in clause H of section 2 of the Securities Exchange Security Contract Regulation Act 1956. Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956 under its section 2 clause H defines the term securities. Section 2 clause 14 3. Exclusions from the capital asset. Third, agricultural land in India not being land situated. Agricultural land in India, but it is not land situated in any area which is comprised within the jurisdiction of a municipality, whether known as a municipality or municipal corporation, notified area committee, town committee, or any other name, or cantonment board, and which has a population of less than 10,000, of more than 10,000, when the locality which has a population of more than 10,000 would not be considered into the agricultural land. B. Any area within the distance measured aerially from the airspace, from the air not from upward, not being more than 2 km from the local limits of any municipality, cantonment board, in any way which has a population of more than 10,000 but not exceeding 1 lakh. When the area has a when the people residing in an area which is just 2 kilometers away from the residential from the municipality or cantonment board, which has a population of more than 10,000 but less than 1 lakh rupees, will not be termed in the term agricultural land in India. Not being more than 6 kilometers away from the local limits of any municipality which has a population of more than 1 lakh but does not exceed 10 lakh rupees, which has a population of 1 lakh but does not exceed more than 1 lakh but does not exceed 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh population, sorry, 10 lakh number of persons, and it has a distance of not more than 6 kilometers. Third, which has not less than 8 kilometer distances and has within the from the local limits of municipality and or cantonment board, and it has a population of more than 10 lakh people. For the purpose of the subclass, population means the population according to the last preceding census of the relevant figures which has been published just before the first study of the previous year. Section 2, clause 14, 4, clause 4, 6.5 percentage gold bonds from 1977, or 6 or 7 percentage gold bonds of 1980, or national defense gold bonds 1980 issued by the central government would not be termed into the capital assets. Section 2, clause 14, 5. Special bearer bonds of 1991 issued by the central government shall not be termed under the definition capital assets. Section 2, clause 14, 6. Gold deposit bonds issued under the gold deposit schemes in 1999, or deposit certificates issued under the gold monetization scheme of 2015 notified by the central government. The notification under gold monetization schemes in 2015 will not be included under the term capital assets. Explanation: for the removal of the doubts, it is hereby clarified that property includes and shall be deemed to have always property include and shall be deemed to have always included in any rights in or in relation to an Indian company, including rights of management or control, including rights of management or control, or the rights of the management or the control, or any other rights by whatsoever name. The property includes and shall be deemed to have any rights in relation to any Indian company also, and the rights of management or control of any other rights, rights to management, rights to control, rights to of an Indian company shall have been included under the term property. And capital asset means the property which is held by the SEC, whether or not in connection with this business or profession, and any security held by the foreign institutional investors which has invested in the securities in accordance with the regulations made under Securities Board of India Act 1992.